Hello everyone, and this is a live broadcast. I just thought I'd come on very kind of randomly. My hair is just, I've tied it back and it's a bit messy, but I just feel like I needed to come on because intuitively speaking, I'm getting this kind of energy here for I don't know, I'm trying to reach out. I guess I'm trying to reach out to people here to help and guide spiritually. And the question that I get here is, what the hell are you doing with your damn life? Okay, what are you doing? What are you doing with your damn life? And I guess this opens a big kind of can of worms here. I have no idea who this is kind of aiming for or who this relates to. I don't really care. I don't really care who this relates to, but what the hell are you doing? What the hell are you doing? Okay. Hello, everyone. And yeah, you're welcome to, you are welcome to make your comments here. I've got no makeup on. My hair is just tied back very kind of untidily, and I just needed to come on here to say, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing with your life? And I will do a reading here. I will pull out some cards. I mean, I did do a video, and I did get like this Sagittarian Club extra that I did. I don't, if you're not Sagittarian, go and have a look at that. It's like, why do you keep returning? Why do you keep returning? I mean, what was that energy about? You know, I get why do you keep returning to this situation? Why do you return to this this kind of stagnant situation? Why do you keep doing this? What the hell are you doing with your life? Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm trying to shift you guys into cutting that dead wood away off that tree. And I pull out that card many times about cutting the dead wood. But I don't feel that many of you get this. I don't feel that many of you get this, of cutting away the dead wood and letting the past, you know, evolving from your old self to evolving into a new self, like a rebirth, letting the old self die, and the rebirth of your new self here, and always kind of learning from mistakes of the past, okay, and learning from as well the mindsets that you've had in the past, you know, always being that people pleaser. I mean, what's that all about? You know, always being that kind of, you know, appeasing people, being too scared to disagree with people, and especially if it's a partner, and allowing them to treat you like a doormat, you know. Where does this leave you in your life? Where does it leave you guys? I've been trying to get this message through, especially the last readings that I've done here. I do get, for some of you, you may have taken note of this. You may have taken note of this. And kind of, you know, cutting away cutting these people off, cutting away these people that don't take you seriously. Cutting away these people that do not, that treat you like you're some kind of a joke, that do not take what your opinions seriously. You know, do not take you seriously as a human being on this planet. You know, and I've said, you know, back off from these kind of people. Cut these people, you know, distance yourself from these people who do not respect you and do not respect, you know, anything that you say, and they just don't want to respect you. Bit radical tonight, guys, because I don't know, guys, why you keep doing this, what you're doing with this damn life of yours. You know, you have been given this gift of life, you know, on this universe, and here you are allowing this to happen. And I'm not saying all of you, don't leave me yet, because this is going to go into a reading here. Why does it take 3 times to learn to repeat this lesson, 4 times to repeat this lesson, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times to repeat this lesson until it's gone into your head, and then it's too late? You know, why have I learned that lesson? Because now I'm on to the next kind of phase here of my life. So I've learned that lesson, but you know, that was then and this is now. And I wish I'd have known back then, and I wish I'd have known this back then, and I would have not gone down this road. Okay. Yeah, it's difficult to know what the purpose of this life is, and I get that, But the thing is isn't the purpose of life actually being given this gift of life? You know, being given this gift of life. Isn't this the gift? Isn't this the gift? And it depends what you do with this life, this gift that you've been given of this life. And I get like this law, isn't it? I know I'm getting a bit academic here, but there's like this called the law of Matthew, you know, and it's like the more you have, the more you get. The less you have, the less you get. And there's all these like law of attraction and all of this. Latoya, no, not when I don't know what to do to start. Okay. I mean, what do you mean by you don't know what to do to start to have a life? You've been given a life here by the universe. It's a gift. And you don't know what to do to start this. For one, if people are, you know, if people are toxic in your life, if they don't take you seriously, they treat you like you're a damn joke, I think, you know what to do there. You cut these people out like the dead wood of your life, and you evolve from that. That's what you do, okay? They don't want to take you seriously, so you don't take them seriously. You back off, okay? You back off from these damn toxic people and you don't take them seriously, okay? You don't keep returning back to this situation where, you know, you're not listened to, you're not valued, you know, your opinions are not taken seriously. You may be a highly intelligent person and these people are just looking at you. Do you know why they do this, guys? Do you know why they do this? If you've got something good about you, and you know, you are intelligent and you have got something to damn say. Do you know why they just stand there like listening? Oh, really? I don't think so. You know, I think you've gone. I think you're crazy. You know, you think you're doing this, but you know, the reason why they're such naysayers is because they are not like you. Okay, they are not like you, and that's why they are. That there is a deep kind of insecurity within them that makes them say, I'm not going to listen to you. I'm not going to listen to you. Because you've got something to say. You have an opinion. You have, you know, a thought process that I don't possess. So I'm not going to listen to you. This is what this is, okay? You make me feel stupid. You make me feel like I don't know anything. By having these strong opinions, you make me feel less of a person. You make me feel less, you make me feel even more insecure because you have this kind of, you know, you have this mindset. Yeah? You make me feel worse. Now, if you've got a toxic person around you like this, and you have this very mature kind of way of relating and communicating, and they just say, oh, you know, you're damn crazy, you're stupid, you don't know what you're talking about. It's because what you're saying makes sense. And they are, you know, they are refusing to listen to you because you are telling the truth. You are telling your truth. And this is what I want you to do, guys, is always tell your damn truth. And if somebody is toxic, narcissistic, or whatever they are, and they tell you that you're screwy, you're stupid, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're saying, it's because you frighten them. You frighten them, okay? So going back to this, what are you doing with your life? Thank you for that donation. Thank you so much. Well, I've done lots and lots of readings for you guys, but, you know, this is like going into the grey areas now because I just really, I feel as if I need to go into the grey areas. Yes, you may feel stupid for talking to people who don't even want to listen to you. You know, these toxic people, these narcissistic people, they will go, oh, what are you talking about? It's all a load of rubbish you're talking about. You know, if they were normal people, if they were normal, healthy, you know, proactive people, they would say, yeah, I get what you're saying. The same as what you're saying to me now. They would say, yeah, actually, I do get your point here. I do get your point. I understand what you're saying. I will take that on board. But these people, these toxic people, these narcissistic people, who you're trying to get to listen to you, but it's like banging your head against a brick wall, you know, will not listen to you. It may be just that they've got to feel as if they have power over you. So everything you say is stupid. Everything you say is wrong. Everything you say, oh, you need to go and see a psychologist. You need to go and see someone. Because, you know, this isn't right what you're saying here. So I have to say I've got some really good feedback here, and I'll just read some of it here. But I just feel I had to come on tonight to fill in the gaps of, you know, I did one for Sagittarian Club. Why do you keep returning? I did another one for why do you keep validating that person? I think somebody who constantly needs validating. Yeah, the thing is, we live in the real world, and somebody said that, I'm not going to repeat because it's a little bit swearing, but I'm not going to repeat because we do live in the world where we get good people, we get empaths, okay, intuitive, sensitive empaths like myself, and we get the toxic, closed off, tyrannical people like the narcissists, okay, and we live in this world where we get the people who are in between, or they may be really foreign at the spectrum of the malignant narcissist, or we can have borderline narcissist, or we can have bipolar. We live in this world, it's not perfect, okay? All these different kind of levels of people, we're trying to sort our way through, okay? We're trying to sort our way through. Yes, we get ignorant people too. And you may innocently say something like, you know, I actually, you know, your opinion, for instance, maybe, I don't feel you should show your child, you know, do everything for your child. I feel that you should allow your child to find out through their own mistakes, say, let's for instance. And you have this idea and this person says, oh, no, you know, no, you don't do that. Why would you allow your child to make so many mistakes? That is so uncaring. But then you will reply with, well, how do they gain any kind of, isn't that the way they learn in life and learn to be wiser in life and learn the rights and wrongs in life by their mistakes they make? So I think you have to let your children, and, you know, the argument continues, you know, this kind of thing. I'm talking about people that want to mold you into something, you know, into their kind of mindset that isn't you. It's not you, okay? It's not who you are. It's not you authentically. You know, normal, healthy people will actually encourage your authenticity. Will say, I can see where you're kind of, I'm not on that page which you're on, but I can kind of appreciate what you're saying there. And actually, it's given me some kind of thought there. That's what a normal kind of mindful person would do. Not kind of create this kind of box, you know, to fit everybody into that. If you don't agree with them, then you're the one that's wrong. It's your fault. You're to blame for this. It's your fault. Okay. So I have to say, and let's have a look here at some of these. And thank you for these comments. Amazing. Okay. Latoya, I'm going through exactly what you're saying, but it's hard to deal with him and hard to get understanding of him or get rid of him. Oh, really? Why is that difficult? I'm sorry, why is that difficult, Latoya? These are the only kind of people I come across in life. And I have to say, that is difficult because how can be, not everybody is the same in life. So how can that be so? I think maybe this person has molded your mindset maybe in thinking that everybody's like him. You know, everybody's like me. So, you know, if you leave me, you'll only meet somebody else like me. Yes, difficult. Yeah. So it's manipulation again, isn't it? It's manipulation of, I mean, Latoya, why would you be here if you don't think this guy is toxic? Can I say that? Why would you be here if you think that this guy is not toxic? Now, they kind of manipulate you into thinking, you know, all guys are like this. All guys are bastards. All guys are, you know, are selfish. You know, when you get this from a guy or a woman or a guy, you know, they're just brainwashing you because they know that's what they are. They know they're selfish. If they say, "Oh, men cheat," no men are ever. You know, if you get that from a guy, I think they're just trying to brainwash you in a way, because that's not true. That's not true. Everybody, you know, there's so much diversity out there. Okay. No, there's so much diversity out there. I just feel that sometimes you can get involved with controllers and manipulators. And controllers, let me say that controllers and manipulators are very insecure. They're more insecure than what you are, believe it or not. If this is going to make you feel stronger, they are more insecure than what you are. And that's why they have to manipulate. And that's why they have to brainwash you. And that's why they have to turn into these tyrants, because, you know, they're insecure that they have to put on this pressure to actually control. Okay, so I came on here to say, what the hell are you doing with your life? What are you doing with your life? Okay. If you want to get away from these kind of people, why are you with this? You have to distance yourself from these kinds of people. To find freedom and joy in your life and to be more authentic, okay, you need to go towards people who will listen to you, who will say to you, oh, you know, not all guys, you know, are like that. Some of us guys are good guys, and there is some good guys out there. That's the type of guy that you need to be going to talk to and to get to know. Not the one that tells you that, you know, we're all like this, you know, we're all selfish, and, you know, we're all kind of a bit, you know, a bit stupid. You know, we all kind of, you know, we've all got big egos, and come on, that is so shallow to say that broadly that all people and all guys are like that. Now, why I say to you, what are you doing with your life? Is because what do you envisage? What do you see as your? What do you see as? You know, when you've got this vision of this happy life, what do you see? What do you see within this vision of your happy life? Okay. Of this dream of this is how my life would be if I could live like this. You know, let's say, well, if I get that job, if I actually study for this particular course here and improve myself in my work situation, I feel I would be happier. Okay. If I ended my relationship with this person and actually went solo for a while and concentrated on my self well-being and kind of went traveling for a little while, I feel that would make me happier. Okay. But what is my far-reaching kind of, you know, goal there? What is my far-reaching goal that would make me happier? And I think only you can kind of work that out. What is your far-reaching goal that would make you happier? You know, my far-reaching goal would be to, I mean, I love travel, so I'm actually traveling at the moment. I wouldn't say it's a perfect situation, but I'm kind of working on it. I'm working on what makes me happy. Okay, not in a selfish way, in what makes me happy and content. Okay, it's a work in progress to what makes me happy. Okay, and that's kind of telling these people, you don't speak to me like that. You don't treat me in that way. I am not going to be treated that way in a very assertive manner. Okay. And when you and when you say that and you mean it and you cut these people out, you'll find these people will start to change and come towards you and your life. Okay. If you want them to come back into your life, it's you that's got to change. It's you that's got to change your behavior, and it's you that's got to come and meet me on my level here, not me come down to your level here, which is way below my standards. So what I'm saying is, what are you doing with your life when you should be proactive in looking at that far-reaching kind of thing? Well, if I was like this, I would be happy. So it's like, what are you doing? Start to make steps towards that that's going to make you happy. Okay, it may not make you fully joyful at first, but you're aiming towards this goal where you feel, I will have peace, I will have serenity, I will filter people, I will be very careful in who I allow into my space, my orbit. I will be mindful. I will be selective. And I can see myself sitting, like, for instance, okay, I can see myself sitting there on these rocks in this beautiful place. And I've got like, you know, I'm maybe, I don't know how old you'll be. I'm 50, say, and at this point when I'm 50, I want to be sitting on these rocks with a paint and an easel, and I want to be painting, and I want to be so serene and peaceful. Okay. So whatever you envisage, okay, as what makes you happy, is making steps towards what would I do to make, what would I have to do to make that happen? Make that happen. Okay. Now I am giving you a little bit of coaching here, because this is I am an intuitive coach too. Okay, so thank you so much for that donation. Okay, and I will get on to questions and answers too here. Okay. Okay. Okay, so why is this guy been seeing for 16 months suddenly blocked you? Okay. Now I don't want to be mean here, that he doesn't want to know you. I feel that there was something, a conversation, Sue. There's a conversation, or you may have said something very sharp towards him, and he has actually decided that, well, some people are far too, you know, cannot take people being honest, as I've just said with what I said earlier. And And I feel some people cannot sometimes take people who are quite blunt. If they've just gone through a marriage breakup or a relationship breakup, they find it difficult to accept somebody being kind of real and realism. And when you come across as real and realistic and, you know, what you class as joking, okay, this person, it kind of put this person off. I don't feel it's anything to do with you, Susie. So I just feel that this person is so sensitive because they've just gone through some kind of breakup. And you know, when you're in that kind of, although you said 16 months, you've been seeing this guy. I think you may have upset him, and this was like something you said again. And I feel he just feels like I think he had some kind of major breakup before he met you, and he's just decided I don't really want to go through this again. This seems like it's going through. I feel this person has not worked through their issues. So okay, from a previous thing that happened before you. Okay. So bear that in mind, okay? And I feel you may have said something that reminded him of something from the past, and he's just decided to block you, okay? Sometimes people, you know, especially guys, they're not very good at working through their issues. I mean, and working it through. If this guy was mindful, he would have said something like, I'm really sorry, but I really don't feel that I'm ready for this this commitment or this situation, and it's not you, it's me. And I feel that's more of a normal kind of mindset. But because this person has not worked through their issues, they've just kind of blankly kind of blocked you. Okay. That's what I get here. So, okay. I would shrug your shoulders and just say, okay, that's happened. And if this person cannot kind of face me after 16 months of dating, then, you know, is this person really worth it, you know? Okay, so that's your answer. Okay, I think people have disappeared now for some reason. Okay, so yeah, so really this session was looking at the grey areas of, you know, what are you doing with your life, and to focus on how you would like to create your life, how you would like to create your life, how would you like your life to be, and start to create that life, you know. Make small steps to create this life that you aspire to. Don't just ignore it. Say, oh, that's just a dream, you know. I'd like to do that, but I can't. If you can't do it now, make small steps towards that kind of dream. Okay. And I feel, you know, making a plan, making a goal towards what you want, how you would like to live your life. You know, you would like to live your life with people around you that sit down and discuss with you on an equal kind of exchange, and an equal exchange of conversation, and you're kind of sharing and you're talking freely to each other without somebody making you look foolish, or without somebody blocking your kind of sentence halfway through to say, how stupid is that? How stupid are you for thinking that? You know, no, you don't want to be around people like that. And if you can see in the future, I'd like to be, and they always say this, like, you know, if you visualize how you want to live, you can actually actually create this, you know, create it. So if you can visualize being around people where you're chatting, you're socializing, you're laughing, and you feel at ease and comfortable around these people, and you don't feel there's any toxicity or anything like that, that your mind is free and you're able to feel so at ease within your authentic self, then hi everybody, and thank you for that donation. High yield sneakers. Thank you. I just feel so honored. So yeah, I actually believe that if you act in sorrow, somebody actually, do you want somebody? Give him time. I feel if this person's blocked you, it's blocked you. And if he comes back and unblocks you, I think, you know, if you give this person lots of space, give them lots of, if they decide just to do this to you, what does this say about this person who just blocks you out of the blue? What does this say about the character of this person? He hasn't got the balls to talk to you first and say, I've given it some thought. I had an horrendous kind of breakup before you, and I can't, I need to work on myself. I need to work on me before I, and I'm so sorry. It's not you. It's not you. It's me. Okay. That's how a responsible person behaves. Not just, I'm just going to block you, sod you. No. A responsible person who respects how you feel does not do that, okay? And these are the sort of people you don't want to be around. Sorry to say, but you don't want to be around people like that are just going to block you like that. I mean, how disrespectful is that? Yes. Somebody's just said your mental state is your destiny. Is your destiny. I don't really know what that means, but I feel that just going back to this blocking situation, I would just leave it. If you can do that to me, if you can just block me like that, then without any explanation of I've got issues to work through and things like that, then do I want to be with somebody who just disappears like that? Let them go. Let them realize they've got things to work through. And when they come back with their tail between their legs, say you blocked me. That's not acceptable that you just block me like that without any explanation. Okay, and he's got to explain why he did that. Okay, so let's have a look. Clara, sometimes they block to you not to be able to what's going on. If there is someone else who shares some stuff with him in the social media and he doesn't want you to see it, because if you see it, it will. Let him do it. But I would say let him do it. Clear off. Go and share some things with others. You go and share. You go share with somebody else. That's what I would say. Okay. Yeah. I wouldn't say look, how low vibrational is somebody just blocking you without any explanation? How low vibrational is that? I would say don't contact him. And just say, and when he does contact, hey, how are you? Hi, how are you? And then you can just say, oh, well, you blocked me. Why did you block me? I don't like to be blocked. I don't like to be blocked. you know, out of the blue like that. I'm sorry, that's unacceptable to me. At least give me an explanation of why you did that. And you know, don't let people treat you like that. Don't allow people to treat you like that. Okay, guys, so I'm going to do some questions and answers. I just wanted to come on tonight just to fill in the gaps here of this, like, what the hell are you doing with your lives? Okay, because I do lots of videos about, you know, about not accepting certain behaviors and that kind of thing. And I just want you to kind of look at your dream life, free from these narcissists, free from these toxic people, and just envisage, what would it be like, your life, the life that you would like. You know, you're not going to be free of manipulators totally, but you are going to be mindful of when somebody does try to use tactics to manipulate you, okay? And you can be mindful about that. You can think, you can step back, you can count to 10 when somebody disagrees with you, and you can say, well, you know, you have your opinion, I have my opinion, and you don't have to bite back. You can be very assertive, and you can say, well, you have your opinion, and I appreciate that, and I have my, this is the way I feel, but not everything I say is a blank, you know, is a blank no, is a blank wrong, is a blank, you know, always wrong. Not everything that I do, not everything that I say, you know, everything about me is wrong, you know. My hair, my job, is everything about me wrong? I don't think so, because this is who I am. This is my authentic self. And, you know, if you don't like it, then I don't want to, you know, then you back off, because this person just, for no reason in particular, does not like you, does not agree with you, does not like anything about you. So why are you even talking to that person? How do you communicate with parents who treat you so badly? Again, you can't, you get toxic parents. You know, you could, you know, sometimes you get parents that are so toxic, you know, you go and you try to get validated by these parents, and, you know, this is what's so hurtful too, is grown up, you know, elder parents and grown up children finding it difficult to communicate. And, you know, you get this father and son difficulty, or mother and daughter difficulty kind of relationships. It's because everything you say is wrong. It's toxic. It's because you are going out of that orbit of control. Okay, when it's a toxic family, a narco family, as somebody puts it there. Thank you, Gina. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed your reading that I sent you. I think it was today or yesterday. I actually enjoyed doing that, although, you know, I felt that, Gina, that you need to be guided there. So if you've got this toxic family, okay, let's look at this now. You've got, you know, you've gone, I don't know, let's say, for instance, oh, I've just found out that I've got, for instance, this is drastic, I know. I just found out that I've actually got a breast cancer or something like this. And your mother says to you something like, this toxic mother or toxic. So, oh, what? You know, don't come to me with these problems, you know. That's nothing. What they'll do is take a test. They'll just take it out, and that'll be the end of it. What is your problem? Don't come to me with these problems. You know, that's like a toxic mother, without no empathy, without no compassion. And you can actually stand there And if it's something that you need some validation over, like, I don't know, your husband's just left you for somebody half their age and left you with 3 kids or something, and you go to your mother, this toxic mother, and you say, oh my God, I don't know what to do. It's broken my heart. I don't know how I'm going to cope with this. And you've got this toxic mother who turns around and says, well, you know how I feel now, don't you? If you get an answer like that and you're going through your darkest hour, your deepest fears in life, and you go to get compassion, you go to get love, you go to get support, and this is the only answers you get, I think you can stand there and feel sad and pity for this person. Real pity, because they don't have any compassion, any empathy to support you in your hour of need, your darkest hour. They don't have that love for you to share and support you, I don't feel you should be heartbroken by toxic mothers, toxic fathers, toxic families. I think you can actually, if you go to your family for support and all they can say is something as cruel as that, how old are you? Like, how old are you? Aren't you supposed to look after yourself now? If that's the only answers you're going to get, then I would look at that person and just say, I pity you, because you have, and when you say that to a narcissistic parent, they're just going to blast off at you and say, how dare you say that? All I've done for you, and all of this, and it turns into this massive drama, and they feed off your pain. Let's not forget that either. If you're going through some breakup, your disastrous divorce, and you've got breast cancer or whatever you're going through, and this, don't forget that narcissists feed off your pain. They feed off your pain. They will see you. They'll be glad you're going through this pain. You can look at them. You can say, I look at them in a very sorrowful way and say, oh, okay, I'm wasting my time here. I can see that, and walk out. They're not even worth your energy. Or toxic families, toxic, narcissistic mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters. You're going with something that is your darkest fear, your darkest hour in your life, and they turn around and say something as evil as that. It's time to draw a line under this relationship. I am not getting anything from you. I get nothing from, I've never had anything from you. It's time to walk away, because these kind of parents see you as an object, They have children to give themselves glory. Okay, look at me, look what I can produce, look what I can bring into this world. How beautiful is my child? How beautiful is my baby? It's an extension of them. And when you come and you actually expect something back from them, like unconditional love, they're not prepared to give it, because it's like, oh, hang on a minute. You're an extension of me. So you're supposed to serve my needs. You are a reflection of me, not the other way around. That doesn't work. Yeah, so Clara, what have we got? Yeah, Clara. I have the same problem with my father, toxic relations. He's 60 plus and me on 34. Yeah, they're bitter. You see, toxic people are very bitter. They've not dealt with their issues. So this is manifested into this like bitterness, which they spit out at their own children, And and still just wants to be dominating, yeah, and tell how what's that, sorry, and tell how I watch my child live, my life making me feel, yeah, I just really step back with parents, I just observe and say, think to yourself, why on earth did they have me as a child? There's no, you know, there's no compassion, there's no empathy, there's no real kind of unconditional. They expect love from you, but when it's you wanting support from them, it's like, oh, not again. What do you want now? You know, how old are you? Aren't you supposed to sort out your own life? I mean, who says that to your own child? I don't care how old your child is. You know, I don't care if your child is 55 or 60. If your child comes home to you at their darkest hour, you actually damn well support that child, you know, no matter how old they are, they're still your child, okay? And thank you, Julia, for your donation. Thank you. Just feel so humbled. Thank you. Hope I'm helping you guys. Absolutely. So I guess I needed to express this and also share this with you because yeah, it's all right doing these psychic intuitive readings because yes, I am an empath. I am a sensitive, intuitive empath. I can go in a room and I can feel the emotions. And I used to be a nurse as well, which like you pick up intuitively on people's expressions, emotions very quickly. So I've developed this over time. But it can be exhausting because being an empath, it's like you give, and it's so exhausting. And they always say that an empath is a production of having some kind of narcissism within your family, okay? Because you look for validation, you're treading on eggshells around these people to always look for that validation, and you don't get that validation. So it's like you're very attuned to people's emotions, you know. So yeah, so I am very much an empath. Empaths, there's good and bad about empaths because empaths get very, very exhausted because they're over attuned to people's emotions. And they're people pleasers, but I'm trying to get empaths not to be people pleasers and to actually, you know, and to actually put that back into their own souls, you know. Yeah, it's nothing you can do about, you know, these people who are in their 60s and they're narcissistic, they're not going to change. They won't change now. They're never going to change now. Although you feel like if I do this, if I just give a little bit more, if I just send those flowers, if I do this, if I do that, then maybe that person will change and they won't be so horrible and tyrannical towards me and dominating towards me. Maybe, you know. But that's what narcissists feed from, is that energy that you keep trying, and you keep trying, you know. That's what they devour. That is what they devour. And, you know, they'll be dominating to you when you are very loving towards them. You know, you will bake them, say, I don't know, you'll bake them a cake. I've baked this cake for you, looking for validation of some sort. I baked this cake for you. And all you get is like, does that mean we're going to be ill tomorrow when we've eaten that? I know that sounds like a joke, but you know, they have these toxic jokes as well, don't they? And it's like, oh, well, that's going into the bin because that, you know, that's not going to be edible. You know, that kind of thing. And there you are with this cake. from goodness of your heart, you know. And you can be so loving, so giving, and this is what creates empaths, you know. They're so wary of eggshells and things like this, and you know, these narcissists just devour all that. They take it in, and it's like, you know, can you remember, I don't know if you've got toxic parents, but you know, you make a cake at school and you take it home, and I don't know, maybe you've got a narcissistic mother, and she sees you as some kind of competition, and you take this cake home, and it's like, you know, we can't really afford you to go to school baking these cakes, you know, and you know, this cake, we're not going to be eating it anyway, you know. So and you don't see it, and nobody tries any piece of cake. You know, I mean, a loving parent would say, oh, how lovely, let's have a slice of your cake. How lovely you've made this at school. How sweet is this? Oh, it's lovely. We'll have it for tea. We'll have it with our tea for dessert. That's a loving mother. But an unloving mother would take it off you, stick it to one side, and you would not see it again. Okay. Horrible, horrible, horrible toxic energies. And the reason why they have these toxic energies, guys, is because, and you get this from Italian families, and, you know, it's a lot from Italian families, you know, the daughters, the sons can do no right. You know, you have to do better next time. You have to try harder. So you do get this very much in cultures too, but it's so damaging to the child if it does not make the child into a narcissistic personality. You know, they can never give enough to this empty shell, this empty void of a parent. And you know, sometimes they're just empty shells, and you know, the little child's looking for love and authentic affection from this person, and they're just an empty robot. There's no feeling, there's no compassion, there's no pat on the head, there's no pat on the shoulder, there's no hugs, you know, this kind of thing. It's just, it's abuse, really, abuse. I mean, some people are just not capable of love. They're just not capable of love, you know, and they either create these empaths or they create monsters, really. But we live in the real world. We do live in the real world, and you know, this is the way it is. You know, with 50% of these toxic narcissistic people, we see them in the workplace. We see them, you know, next door neighbour but one, you know, always shouting and yelling at their kids, you know, and we observe this in our lives. So this is life, you know, and it's trying to live this life the best we can, to the fullest we can, and make sure we're not going to get taken advantage of by these, like, vampires, you know, emotional vampires. I think if you've got narcissistic parents and they're in their 80s, there's not an awful lot you can do about it. They're not going to change. They're not going to change. And I know that you're thinking, oh my God, my parents are getting worse, you know, because they get worse as they get older. They get bitter, they get nasty, they get aggressive. And I think you just have to stand back and think, well, you know, this person is so bitter, so twisted, so pathologically damaged that there's nothing I can do. I can't do this. This happened before I even entered this world, you know? So, Clara, Julia, okay, what about if your mum is a narcissist and horrible, and my dad loves me, but he is an alcoholic because she is so cruel to him, therefore he's unable to show me love. well, this is what they do. They block people from loving you, even siblings, you know. They'll turn all your siblings against you. I really think there's not an awful lot you can do, but actually go show your dad lots of support and love. If he's showing you the love too, why your mother is bitter and twisted like that is her. If she's not willing to work on her issues, feel pity for her, really. What made her like that? What made her so bitter? Has she ever said to you that maybe she went through some kind of abuse as a child? You know, feel pity for her, really. I feel sad for her that she has not worked. You know, she's blaming the whole world, you, your father, for this life. Okay. It's sad. It's a mental illness anyway. It's a mental illness when bitterness and twisted reality, actually, the way they cope, they twist their reality round so they believe, and then they get also twisted cognitive dissonance and all that going on in their head, and it's just it becomes a mental illness. Yeah, even a millionaire can take a fall. Absolutely. It doesn't matter. Money... Yeah. So money, it doesn't matter. Is he the golden child, Julia? I've got a feeling he's the golden child, that millionaire there. I went shopping with her last week and she spent 500 euros on 2 cardigans, but my sister had no job and I am a secretary. Wow, she sounds pretty kind of malignant narcissist, doesn't she? He's a lawyer. Okay, what culture are you, Julia? I was just saying earlier, but sometimes, you know, you get these kind of Italian mothers that are, you know, they can be so narcissistic. Oh, you come from Dublin. Okay. I don't know. I think with that, Julia, is there's not an awful lot you can do with elderly parents, you know, that have this mindset. I think you just have to extend out to them, even if they are nasty and cruel back, and just see them, look at your mother and feel pity, really, that she's like that, you know, that you know, she's splashing the cash here while, you know, the rest of you are struggling. Can see that you're struggling financially, and you know, you know, and actually getting pleasure out of that. That, you know, that is so sad. Okay, guys. Well, I kind of really enjoyed this this session on this kind of toxic kind of narcissism, but also as well, you know, what the hell are you doing with your own lives? Because that's where I started here. Never mind these toxic, narcissistic people. What are you doing with your lives? Okay. How are you improving your lives? How are you dealing with that, Julia? How are you dealing with, you know, does it affect you emotionally? Because, you know, it's something as well that, you know, you need to heal. You know, there's not a lot you can do about these parents now in their 80s that have mental illnesses. So you should really be looking at healing yourself and forgiving your family, forgiving your parents for being like this. Okay. So, you know, and healing and looking at your own, you know, your own happiness, your own future. Okay. and building that happy future for yourselves. Okay. A lot of this is actually the way they were treated as children. I think they do it, and it's so sort of in the subconscious that they pushed it down so far, because if they were treated like this as a child, they pushed it so far down that it comes up to their own consciousness with their own children. They don't realise they're doing it, but they're starting to be abusive to their own children. And this is where narcissism can be passed on down generations, down generations. This abuse can be passed on because you take the abuse, or and children just push this down because they bury it into their subconscious. And later on, they actually do this to their own children, Yeah, I think that it's very much healing yourself, Julia, and looking at this as like, this is not my fault. This was happening. This was engineered way before I came onto this kind of planet. It probably started way back in your mother's childhood. So this is not your fault, Julia. Okay, look at your mother, forgive your mother. Something happened a long time ago, and that's why she's like this. And she's got this mindset now that she's not going to change. Okay, and look at your own happiness. Look at your own happiness, because I remember, I've always been sensitive. I've always had that kind of, I always look kind of vulnerable because of the big blue eyes and all of this. So I've always been targeted for bullying, in various situations, and confused of why as a child. I'm not going to say who, but this is whether it was school or whatever. I'm not going to mention what that was, but or family or what have you. But I think that when you are over caring, over loving, over sensitive, you are a target to, even if you look that way, because as a child I looked innocent, and you're a target to these narcissists to be targeted. They like to make you cry. They like to see, if you've got narcissistic parents, they will make you cry and just get off on that, and then turn around and after making you sob your heart out, give you a cuddle, and it creates this trauma bond. So, all of this. The way you heal yourself, it's a long road, actually. You've been with a narcissist and it's toxic. How do I heal from this abuse? Well, Wanda, it's a long road to. I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, but the first thing you do is notice that you do notice there's a problem with this person after a while, because everything is like a mind game. A mind game, and narcissists love to wind you up until you actually get so upset and tense and anxious, and they don't stop until you do this. This is what's so abusive. They don't stop until you actually standing there squirming with this anxiety, that you cry, you scream, don't treat me like this. I'm tired of you talking to me like this. Will you stop doing this? And that's when they explode, and it's like it gives them, and that's when they actually That's what they love. They love, like, I got you this time, I got you this time. And that's how they feel inside. I got you. And, you know, because they just like to do that. They feed off that, of escalating somebody into some kind of emotional frenzy. You know, if you walk in all happy-go-lucky, oh, I've managed to get this promotion today, and, you know, we had this big party at work, and it was amazing, and they can see the big beaming glow coming from you. They just have to slap that face off. They just have to wipe that smile off your face, take that feeling away from you, and make you, and actually, you know, and they're good at this when you go on holiday. This is another thing. When you pack in to go on holiday and you're all excited, oh, we're going on holiday and I can't wait, and I've waited so long for this holiday, and you're packing the clothes and you're getting in a car, and on the way to the airport they will start to rip you to pieces, kind of thing, to ruin your happiness and your joy, because they feed off. This is what narcissistic abuse is. They feed off your misery, they feed off your pain, and they despise you when you are happy. Yeah, focus on, yeah, Clara's just said, try to, and thank you for supporting each other here, because that's what we're here for. Thank you so much. We're supporting each other. That's amazing. Okay, I try to focus on my soul and my inner world. Absolutely. How beautiful. The beauty there. Yeah. You see, empaths as well are amazing people. They're hypersensitive, but not only are they hypersensitive and intuitive, they notice, they're hypersensitive to the natural world, you know, and they see wonder and beauty in the natural world. And that's what some narcissists don't see. You know, when you're an empathic person, you see beauty in art, you see beauty in waterfalls, you see beauty in people. You know, you see people and you see their souls, you know, and you see that beautiful soul, and you notice how beautiful people are around you, and you notice how a beautiful sky and a beautiful cloudy, even a thunderstorm, you see the beauty in that. That's what's great about empaths, is that we see beauty in everything. And that's what you need to do, is go to some beautiful place where you can draw off that joy and beauty from the natural energies, okay? And that's what helps you heal. That's what helps you heal. Absolutely. That is a great... I'm quite good at making people cry. I don't know why. I must touch your souls. I touch your hearts. That's what I do. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I mean, I love, I even see the beauty in different cultures. I see the beauty in art. I see the beauty in the way an old lady kind of is in the supermarket, choosing, watching her wisdom. And I see the beauty in all of that. And I'm very much an observer. And that's what feeds my soul. And I'll watch, I'm an observer of people. I like my own space too. And I hate fake people. I really do. Superficial fakeness, I just can't do it. I just cannot do it. And look for the beauty. Go back to when you was a child, when you saw the beauty and everything around you. You know, you was in awe of a big thunderstorm, and you was in awe of the big waves in the sea, and it's all kind of, you know, the grains of sand on your toes. Go back to that childhood where you had that, you were absorbing that beauty into your soul. And that's what's so healing, guys. That is what is so healing. There is beauty in people. There is. Not everybody's horrible, you know. It's just that we attract these types, people like us. Yeah, I was doing that the other day. I mean, I'm in Greece at the moment. I was lying on the beach. I was looking up at the sky, and I was just watching the clouds. There wasn't many clouds in the sky, but they were like all swirling, because it was like, you know, like a misty kind of sky. I was watching the swirls in the sky, and I just watched the swirls in the sky. And you know, and I like to watch cloud formations. That I actually see the beauty in that. I look at a big old oak tree, and I will see the beauty in that. You know, how many years has that taken to grow? You know, that's been here much more many years than I've been on this earth, and I see the beauty in that. How many people have touched this tree? Yeah, it's organic. It's organic, okay. And that's how you start to heal yourself. First of all, you recognize that, I'm dealing with a toxic person. And when you start to heal from somebody who's toxic, you start to recognize it, and you can see that, okay, this person, like I've been watching Yvonne's kind of videos for so long, and, you know, I can see this person is narcissistic, showing these characteristics. So I'm observing, I'm distancing myself, and I'm observing that person. And it's kind of all these kind of aggressive or tantrums, these big baby tantrums, these aggressive outbursts. They used to make you cry, or they used to get to you, they used to hurt you. The mind games, the mind games and the put downs, saying you're ugly, you're fat when you're not, and all of this. You stand there, you listen to that, and you don't take it in, because you know they're doing it from a place where it's very kind of, you know, they are so insecure inside. It's from a place of bitterness and insecurity. And that's where that comes from. And when you realize that, you stand back and you can see it. You can see these big baby tantrums, these rages, these put downs, and you think, my God, you are so twisted and mentally ill. This is how you see what's in front of you, and you're abusive with it. And you don't take it in emotionally. And that's when you distance yourself. That's when you know you're starting to heal, when you notice that you're getting narcissistically abused. After that, you start to feed your own soul with looking at the beauty around you, realizing, you know, who am I, you know, and this is not my fault. This person's doing this to me. They have a mental disorder. And, you know, this is not my fault. I have just been targeted for this. And I know it's not me. And don't forget that narcissists actually choose you because you are sensitive. You have a beautiful soul. You're caring. You're loving. You're compassionate. You're empathic. And they choose you because of that. You're clever, you're intelligent, you have a good job, you know, your life is sorted, you're glamorous, you're attractive. They choose you because of this, because they can feed off you. So don't forget that. When they start to chip at you, your self-esteem, it's because they're trying to steal your identity, because they don't, you know, they want to be you. They want to, I know this sounds crazy, but they want to be you, and they wish they were you, but they can never be you. And this is what you need to look at, that it is not your fault. You did not deserve this. They have some twisted sense of reality where they feel that they can, by putting other people down, they can crush your kind of spirit, and then they can take that and they can have it for themselves, but they can't. They can only emulate you. They can't be you. They can only emulate you, and you can only be broken. Your self-esteem will only be broken for so long, and then you will be back to your whole self again, okay? And you will heal, and you'll be stronger through that experience. So the way you heal yourself is to first notice that this person's got a problem, and that it's not your fault, and that they chose you because you are an amazing person. And then separate yourself emotionally, distance yourself emotionally. And if you can get away from that person and you're able to move out and find somewhere else to live, do that under the radar, do it secretly, and move away from that person and go no contact. Okay, go no contact with a narcissist if you can. If you can't, keep yourself distanced from that person so they cannot feed from you or your emotions. Okay, it's difficult when it's family members, but even when it's family members, you can still distance yourself. Give the intention without the attachment, and that is difficult to do. Is okay, guys. Okay, so anyway, yeah, I feel that you should start to heal. Okay, and I'm just reading your comments. I've got a bit of a sore throat, guys, so I feel I'm a bit run down lately. Yeah, so okay, so let's do some readings before I go. Okay, if you do want a super chat donation reading, please make your donate. You don't have to. You can just enjoy it. This is a free show. It's a free live show for you guys to help and guide you. You don't have to donate if you don't want to. You can just be here and you can support each other. And this is what this is about. Okay. But if you do want a super chat donation and you want a little bit of a reading, I am going to be doing that. Okay. Now, I just want to pull out some healing cards here. Okay, for this situation of, you know, as I said right at the beginning of this session, what about you and what about your life? Never mind these toxic individuals who have not dealt with their issues. What about you and what about your life? Okay. My personal readings, I have got an offer on at the moment, okay, which is I do an hour-long in-depth readings. I do coaching. So if you're interested in coaching, I do have clients I coach as well. So I can do coaching for you. I can also do readings. I have a 30-minute reading, which is a one-off, and it's $35 US. For 30 minutes, and that's Skype, Google Hangouts. You get to talk to me personally like this. Or you can have my usual tariff, which is an hour long, which is more expensive, okay, if you want an hour long reading with me, which is really in-depth, okay. And I also do, I do video readings too, if you wanted me to compile a video for you. Okay. Okay. Hello, Kirsten. How are you? I'm moving to my new apartment tomorrow. Not homeless anymore. I can't believe how many narcissistic relationships I was desperately trying to maintain It's a wonder I didn't have to check myself in yet. I feel the way to deal with toxic narcissistic relationships, because we're never going to avoid them, is just to observe and detach. I feel it's very much about filtering people, you know. Anything that's too good to be true in terms of relationships, and they come on really strongly. You know, after a week, they're telling you that they're in love with you. You're my soulmate. I can't believe I've met you. And it's very much sweeping you off your feet. I would see that as very much a red flag. Okay. So yeah, thank you everybody for actually interacting here and helping each other. If you do want a personal reading, my email address is in the description box after I finish this video, and it's sixsensetarot@gmail.com if you do want a personal reading. So good night everybody. Well, whoever's leaving now, I'm just going to pull out some cards here. If you do want a super chat reading, I am going to stay for the next 30 minutes, okay? Which is, I've been on here for so long, but I felt as if I needed to actually, yeah, good night, Clara. Thank you for joining us. See you again sometime, okay? And just be peaceful, okay? You're welcome. Okay, so let's have a look here. I'm going to pull some cards for the next, just to give us some guidance here. You know, what about, you know, going right back to the beginning of this session, what about our lives? Okay, not these ridiculous toxic individuals, but our lives. Okay. Let's see what messages we get here. I do feel when there's a realization of, you know, oh, that person is toxic, that person is narcissistic, I'm not going to take that person seriously, they've got issues they've not dealt with from childhood, I'm going to get way back from that person, but just pretend that I'm friendly with them. Okay. That is when you realize and you start to have this kind of new vitality. Because this new vitality is what you should have had before. This vitality that they stole from you, this is what you should have had before. Okay. Hello, Anthony. Hi. Thank you for that donation. Well, it's very, very generous. Thank you. So that's what you should have had before, this vitality. And that was stolen from you. So when there's this realization of, you're a bitter, twisted person that's not dealt with their issues. I've dealt with all of my issues, and I'm never, ever going to be like that. I will never be like that. I feel pity for you. And this is when you get your vitality back. And you never lose this in the future. Once you've dealt with hello, Nancy. Once you've dealt with a narcissist, you're never going to go through that again. Okay. So there is this new vitality, and you become the master of your own kind of destiny. You become the master of your own destiny. Once there's this realization, and anybody that's trying to heal from this narcissistic toxic abuse, that's put you through this complete challenging times here, whether it's at work or whether it's when you're growing up whether this was your father, your mother, your ex, whoever this was, okay. After you've experienced this challenging, you become the master of your own destiny. And then you find balance. You find your balance, okay. You find your balance. Balance. You realise how sane you are, actually. Having dealing with somebody like that, you realise how bloody sane you are. And it makes you feel, wow, I have a normal mentality. And thank God for that, you know. It's sad if you can't cut them off. I actually feel pity, I feel, for people like this. Because when they start to, because they do start to ghost you, don't they? Is it ghost you? When they, you know, it's you that's wrong. It's all your fault. No, it's the way you're thinking is wrong. No, it's you that's wrong. You're the problem here. And this is when you realise that you wasn't the problem, that it wasn't all your fault. And then, you know, all this gaslighting, the gaslighting to send you crazy, thinking, well, was it me? You know, maybe it was me. Maybe, but it wasn't you. They have you racking your brains out, thinking it's your fault. And then you get this clarity of belief here. There's a clarity of belief that actually this was not me, this was not my fault. And this was all about control, okay? This was all about controlling me, all about control. That's what this was. That's what a narcissist does, okay? I'm going to leave that reading there. Now, somebody said that you want a Sagittarius reading. So this session was very much about your life, not these other people's lives, is your life. And I have to say, because this was the subject of this live session, and it's about your life, okay? And I keep trying to, with all my readings that I do, all my intuitive readings that I do, I try to guide you through this to this more joyful, enlightened, evolved kind of way of living. Okay. So let's have a look here. Do a very mini reading for Sagittarius, and I've done quite a few readings for Sagittarius. Thank you, Anthony. I've done quite a few readings for Sagittarius and recently, so I don't want to over kind of drench it kind of thing. But let's have a look here. Sagittarius. I feel we're evolving. We're evolving. Whoever's watching this channel anyway, we're all kind of evolving, I feel. I think that's good. I feel that's good that we're evolving. And I have this saying, I'd rather be an evolving fool. I'd rather be an evolving fool than a fixed tyrannical person. Does that make sense? Yeah. I'd rather be an evolving fool than a fixed tyrannical person. And I think, yeah, because we have been fooled. I mean, if we've been fooled by narcissists, we've been fooled, haven't we? We've been fooled. That's what's so difficult to acknowledge, is that we've been fooled. You know, we've been fooled. We've been hoodwinked. But you know, these people just don't have compassion. They don't have empathy. It's so easy for them to do this, to manipulate. Julia, should I cut my parents free? No. No. I feel what you should do is, like I said, although it's painful to keep to keep seeing your parents and getting the abuse like this, I don't feel you can cut them. They're quite old now, aren't they? I think what you should do is just be present and give the intention that you care. But like I said, you're observing. You can see. You can observe here what's happened, how this has unfolded, that something happened in their past, in their childhood, the way they were treated, a generational thing. So I think you need to observe, stand back with the intention without the attachment, and just maybe distance a little bit, maybe distance. But I don't feel you should cut them off. I don't feel that I think you would be upset to cut them off, Julia. I think give the intention without the attachment and distance yourself, but not cut them off. Does that make sense? So let's have a look here. Sagittarius, let's have a look at Sagittarius. What's happening with Sagittarius? We have the Tower for Sagittarius, the Tower. This is a time of change, okay? Stripping down something, or something starting to crumble, and but this is a positive thing. I feel I get a positive energy with this. It's like this tower is crumbling, okay? I mean, it took a while to build this tower in the first place, but it's kind of crumbling down, and I think that's a good idea, because again, it's like what I get is like stripping the old, stripping down. Yeah, stripping down. It's like stripping down, isn't it? It's all decaying, stripping down the old and entering to the new here. So I do get the Full card. And I get here the Full card in reverse. I just feel you was out of your depths in this situation. Now, if we're talking about narcissism here, you was out of your depth in this situation because you didn't know how to deal with a mentally ill people, okay? And I get the Full card in reverse. I think that can be a struggle. You know, when you're trying to deal with people who are mentally ill and you're thinking, I don't know how to deal with these people. I don't know how to do this. I'm no kind of specialist here. I don't know how to deal with this. So it's like, this is how it used to be. But now this is like all crumbling down. It's kind of it's destruction, really. It's this is kind of, this tower is falling down to sheer dust, okay. And I feel there's the King of Wands here. There's a fire sign here. Now this could be you, or it could be another fire sign around you. Yeah, you're seeing the truth here. You're seeing the truth. I feel you're seeing the truth of this. You're not gullible anymore. This person can see that you're actually seeing the truth too. Okay. Okay, thank you, Nancy. Bye for now. See you again. And I get here, I get you was following your heart. You was following your heart, Sagittarius. But this following your heart has kind of crumbled with the Tower. And I guess that's, I wouldn't say that's a bad thing, because it's kind of seeing, but this is turning into a new beginning. The Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands. Does this person know what you're made of now? I feel they do. Can they handle you? I don't think they can. So I feel that you've come out very strong. You've come a lot stronger out of this situation after the Tower, okay? Yeah, I feel that you are going to cut yourself off from this person, because I don't feel that I feel they can see you for who you truly are. I don't feel they could handle you, handle this situation. Out of their depth, as I said, with the Full card in reverse, out of your depth. And this has been totally unjust. The situation has been unjust, and now this is coming to an end. Okay, I get the Justice card in reverse. Would I say this is sad? I feel this had to, I do feel that this had to come to an end, whatever this is. And I feel that you are very intellectual. I get you as very objective kind of person. I don't feel this person realised that you were intellectual, in a sense that they misjudged you. And I think there's kind of, okay, and they actually felt that you had no confidence, and that they could have, they actually could actually control you. Okay, male or female, Anthony. Okay, they felt that they could control you. They felt that your confidence was low, just because of your sensitivity, but that's not true. They've actually worked out what that you're quite strong, and they feel like they're wasting their energy on you because they can't control you. Okay, so get the Star card in reverse. I feel for you, Sagittarius, that this has left you juggling, trying to balance out your life again. Juggling your life here, trying to balance out your life after this Tower. Like, let's summarize here. Now, this is not going to resonate with everyone here, but let's summarize this reading. There is the Tower. This situation is crumbling. I think this was some kind of a relationship, okay, with a fire sign, or you could be a fire sign, but with a fire sign. This fire sign felt that they could bully you, felt that they could push you around, felt that they could, felt that you didn't have any confidence. They misjudged you. You do have confidence. You are a strong character, and they didn't see that. They saw something else that didn't exist. If it's a narcissistic, toxic person, and they suddenly see what you're made of, they're not going to be interested, are they? So I feel this is what this is. They've realised what you're made of, that there is this Tower which is crumbling down. Are they going to accept you as you really are? No. Either you are going to cut this person off, or they are going to cut you off, because they can't cope with somebody like you. And I feel this is what they misjudged about you. You are quite clever, you are intelligent, you are sassy, and they didn't think that you were like this. This is very much an illumination for them, which is the Tower card, which is going to lead you to actually balance your life again. You're going to get more balanced, because this person is going to leave you alone, basically. They're going to leave you alone. They're not going to, there's not going to be none of this toxic. They have realised that you can see right through them, okay? And there's going to be no more of this. Now, I just want to see what happens with this person, male or female, okay? And if you're interested in a super chat donation reading, I'm going to be here for the next 20 minutes. So otherwise, this. So let's have a look here. So what I'm going to do is just look into this fire sign here. So there is this kind of tower. So what is this? And is this for the best, or what is this person going to do? What have they realized, basically? So let's have a look. Put my glasses on. Okay. I think this person I'd say this person is selfish, because I get the Six of Pentacles in reverse. I would say this person is selfish because the Six of Pentacles in the right position is somebody who is caring and sharing, but this person is not. They are the opposite to that. They are selfish. So I feel that because this person cannot kind of dominate you or control you, they and use and abuse you, basically. I feel the bottom line is this person is quite narcissistic and selfish. It's all about them. So I do feel that they treated you a little bit like a victim here. Selfish, again, selfish, very selfish. The hangman, very selfish, just wanted to get what they wanted from you. And again, selfishness, narcissistic. I get that this person, this is a bit of a turn up for the books, actually, because this person is going to realize how selfish they were with you. This is where this tower comes down. They're realizing I did treat that person badly. I did treat that person without any kind of regard. I did treat that person without any respect. But I feel this person is seeing what you're made of. And I feel that you have cut this person off. You know, you're cutting away the dead wood here, the old. You're cutting away the old here, they're cutting away the dead wood. Because you're thinking, I don't really want that. I don't really want that. I will cut this person off. I will cut this dead wood off. I don't want that. I don't want somebody selfish. I don't want somebody who's a bully, who's going to push me around. They obviously don't know what I'm truly like here. Yeah, I do feel that you were a victim of circumstance here. Because this person was so selfish, they were narcissistic, they thought that they could push you around, dominate you, and realised that they couldn't. And you were just a victim of this, I feel. But this person is struggling with your objections of not cutting them off. They are struggling with this objection of cutting them off. They have an ego the size of, I don't know, Italy. I get here the Seven of Wands, and I get this person is obnoxious and struggling with your objections, okay? They're struggling with you, you know, I don't want to know you anymore. I'm cutting you off, basically. I can see what you're like. I am not going to be treated like that anymore. This person still wants to be lovers with you, okay? They still want to be lovers with you. They're struggling with your objections. They have a massive big ego and they're not going to take no for an answer. This is what narcissists do. They don't like people to say no to them, okay? So this is going to drive this more, okay? This is going to make this person want you even more. The more kind of stronger you become, the more kind of objectionable you become. This person is going to say, I'm not going to let you get away with this. I want you, and I want you to remain my lover. And I actually do want this with you, which is a family and a home and a lover. Wow, there you go. This person is going to learn about you, what you're truly like. They are not going to be pushed around. They have got their sights on you, and I'm afraid that you're going to have to say, Sagittarius, I'm not going to be treated like that. I'm not going to be pushed around or dominated or controlled. You know, I have a freedom, you know, I have a free will, and I have a freedom to choose what I want to do, what I want to say, what I want to think. You know, you have not got the right to do that to me. And I feel once they find that out, they're still not going to give up. That's what I'm getting here, okay. Thank you, Anthony. So that's what I'm getting. I got the Tower. This Tower is a sudden illumination of, wow, that person is not going to take the bullshit from me. This person is still going to pursue you, okay. Okay, so guys, I've been on here nearly 2 hours. Okay, so I am so thirsty. And I just want to say thank you so much for attending, coming here to this live broadcast. I came on, if you go right to the beginning, either tomorrow or if you've got the time, it's 2 hours long. Either today, tomorrow, whenever you want to do playback. I came on to say, what are you doing with your life? What are you doing with your life? Because it's your life. You decide what you want to do with it. You create your life, okay? And so if you want to go back and listen to it again, it's a great spiritual guidance, okay? A little bit of coaching too, mixed in with intuitive guidance. If you want your own personal reading, please give me an email. My email address is sixsensetarot@gmail.com. I also do intuitive coaching too. Okay. So sending you lots of love, lots of blessings, and thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Love all of you. Thank you for your donations too. And wishing you lots of love, lots of blessings. I'm not going to be on for a few days, but I shall get on in a couple of 3 days' time to come on live again. Okay, so sending you lots of love, lots of blessings. Bye for now. Bye-bye.